Thanks for joining me today. This is Danny and welcome back to my modded 1.10.2 series. We haven't been here for a little while, and today we are going to be doing a build right about here. I am going to be working on a monument today. It's going to be kind of like a shrine monument thing, and the purpose of this monument is going to be, well, for two things. One, to kind of fill in that area, because we've got this whole town that's almost complete, like this whole block that's almost complete, but we have this one little slot where we don't have anything there. So I'm going to put a monument here, and this is going to be a monument to you, the viewers of DannyandSon.com, and I'm going to be posting names of, and possibly heads of people who have contributed to by making comments, also people who have contributed through Patreon or other ways, or just basically anybody who's like made comments or suggestions that have helped me out, that have helped our videos and make them a little bit better. But there's one thing that I do need to take care of before I start building. I have a little bit of a bug problem over here. We have got lots and lots and lots of butterflies. And yeah, I don't know if this is some kind of a glitch or what. Maybe it's because of the greenhouse, because I've got all kinds of trees in here that are forestry trees which attract butterflies, and for some reason they are just completely accumulating on the top of this this botanical garden greenhouse of mine. I happen to have a Scooperator MX200 Turbo from Gendustry, which will make it pretty easy for us to pick these guys up. All we have to do is right click, and then they become items. So I'm just gonna right click a bunch of these guys and just get rid of them. I'm not really experiencing a whole lot of lag from these, but it is a little bit. So I'm gonna work on this for a little bit, and then we'll get started with the build. Now what I'm kind of planning on doing is kind of an oriental style shrine, like almost like a Buddhist shrine-ish, but not exactly. I'm gonna make it kind of our own thing, and I'm gonna make it kind of fit the town a little bit. Like, you know, obviously this town has kind of a mix of different types of architecture and things, so it's not really a big deal to me that everything looks exactly the same. I mean, have you ever been to a town where everything looks exactly the same? No. Probably not. I know I haven't. We've got lots of different architectural styles. You know, it kind of looks like the town was built over a long period of time. That is a lot of butterflies. Wow. This is what I'm thinking about for blocks. Maybe. We'll see. Polished sandstone for like the main wall blocks. And then I think Coca Lobo would be really nice for like the roof. Something like that. I mean, obviously this is just a block chart. This is not, that's not the shape of the building that I'm going to be making, but yeah, I think those look good together. I like that. Now I got to kind of figure out how I want to lay this thing out, because we've got this curve in the road here. So I think I'm just going to have it go straight across here and kind of stick out this way a little bit, and maybe have a little walkway going to the entrance here. Maybe have like a little curved walkway going to the entrance, which will be right about here. There's going to be two floors. The second floor is going to be smaller than the bottom floor, so it's going to be almost like a pyramid-ish shape. So that's the general shape. Of course, I'm going to be working on some details and stuff. That building really stands out here. Oh, you know what? Is that the same? It is. It's the same block I used on that building. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. There's enough because of the very different wood material that I'm using for the trim and the roof. I think it's, yeah, it makes it look different enough, I think. Okay. I'm happy with it. It's going to be really tall, though. It's going to be taller. It's going to end up being the tallest building in our town, because this is going to be pitched. And it's going to be kind of a... Yeah, it was going to be kind of a steep pitch, but you know what I might do? I might bring it down a little bit. And have it... I may have it start here. Let's kind of see how that would look. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. And I'll just have it... It's going to stick out here, and then it's going to go up, and then maybe stick out on the sides. To give it kind of that little oriental flair. Just a little bit of a... Yeah. These are, of course, are going to be wedges. I'm just kind of placing the blocks here now just to see how they look. I almost feel like this floor could come down 1, 2. Ended up bringing it down 2 blocks. So this is actually going to be the highest point, which is still slightly higher than any other building. Actually, it's about the same as this one. So, yeah, that'll work, I think. For the chiseling, all I really have to do is get a negative chisel design. And go like that. Boom. There we go. Easy enough. And then I can get a positive and do that. So now this one I'm going to set to placement. Oh, I need more of these, I guess. And then I can place these. Nice. And then I can also use a negative chisel design to take those wedges and turn them into into little peaks. When you see kind of a oriental shaped ceiling like, or roof like that, like with the little flares in the ends, in the middle of a town that's mostly like American looking buildings, it kind of reminds me of a Chinese restaurant. Which isn't exactly what I was going for, but I think it'll work. I think I'm going to be okay with that. It happened when I angled this, like when I added the corners like this, then all of a sudden it looked like a Chinese restaurant, and then I don't know, but I think I'm gonna deal with it. I think I'm okay with it. I like the top part in particular, but I'm a little iffy about this. I might actually make this smaller. I like this a little better now. I added a little trim on the end. I did take off that layer. Now the upstairs part is quite large, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I kind of like that. I don't think I like this door though. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do about a door. I really liked it at first, and then I didn't after a while. Because again, that door. That door makes it look like a Chinese restaurant again. I don't know what. Now he looks even more like a Chinese restaurant. Crap. I don't want it to look like a Chinese restaurant. I added just a couple little strips on the corners of the Coco Lobo wood. But this, by the way, the Coco Lobo wood is this. Whoops. It's from this tree, the Coco Lobo tree, which is a forestry tree that we actually worked pretty hard to get a while back. If you remember, Coco Lobo was here, so we had to do a little bit of crossbreeding in order to get to that. But it's a very nice wood for certain things. What is this? Chinese. Let's try this. Okay. There's our Chinese restaurant. Our Chinese restaurant windows. But yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Plain. Should have done this from the other end so that I would have the plane. Okay. There we go. I'm going to get rid of that. Yep. Okay, there's our windows. Let's add these little trim blocks here too. Actually, let's get that top one. I actually really like the way that looks, even though it isn't really what I was going for, but I think I'm going to stick with it. Trying out a few different flooring blocks. I wanted something kind of earthy but shiny, like a kind of a brown stone, polished stone floor, something like this, except I didn't really want tiles. But like this would almost work. I actually really like this one. That is actually that's just chiseled limestone from the chisel mod, but it's way too close to the wall color. But most of the floor is going to be covered up with carpeting, like with chiseled carpeting. So I'm kind of looking at flat color blocks using brown dyes. Yeah, let's try this. You know what, that actually might work. I was almost thinking of putting like a layer of glass on top of it too, like I did in the magical dimension on the sidewalk, to kind of give it a look like it's shiny. But let's just try it flat first and then see how I like it. So after all that, I decided to go with a block called Polished Soul Sand from Quark. So this is Polished Soul Sand from Quark. It's actually a pretty nice looking block. Okay, let's check this out. Yeah. So the next thing I want to do is get some carpeting for the floor, because we want this thing to look very ornate on the inside, because we're going to have, it's going to be almost like a little display area. I thought I heard like dirt noises. If it makes dirt noises when you walk on it, we're getting rid of it. But anyway, what I'm thinking of is we're going to have a large carpet, kind of an ornate carpet, probably one of the chiseled ones. Actually, let's just look up carpet. Yeah, like one of these. I don't know which color. Probably something red-ish. Maybe this. Ooh, actually, that looks... Llama carpet? Legacy carpet? Yeah, probably one of the red ones. And we'll probably have some like displays along the walls, like names and maybe player heads and stuff like that. And then I'm going to have like a staircase that goes up to here that maybe circles around. Let's try the llama carpet, see how this looks in there before we even chisel it. It looks kind of pinkish, doesn't it? Not sure. Ooh. Okay. It's so pink though, but I think that's gonna work. I did some detail work on the inside, so let's check it out. I got the llama carpet on the floor, and then I have the stairs that I made with the cocoa wood and some gold blocks, and then I just have this little loft up here. So I decided not to make a full upstairs because I'd like to be able to look up and see the windows and stuff. I thought that looked pretty cool. But this is it for now. This is definitely gonna be a work in progress. Like every time I come in here, I'm gonna add some little details and stuff. But I think this is all I'm gonna do for today, as far as like building stuff. But I have a couple of fancy signs that I'm gonna put up for now. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, those look nice. So I'm going to start with trying to remember how to use these. There we go. Oh, these are really nice. Today we're going to honor in our shrine, because that's what this shrine is all about, honoring our viewers. Our two patrons, our first two patrons. Patrons on Patreon. iEnergy and Reese's. And Reese's is a level 2 patron, so he gets that. He gets his skull hanging in here. I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Having your skull hanging in somebody else's shrine. And I also have two commenters. Unfortunately, the commenting feature in YouTube is kind of bugged right now. I cannot search through the comments. So this is all I've got so far, but I'm going to be adding to this list because a lot of you guys have made some really great comments, some really helpful comments over the months and years and whatever. But so far I've got Nowhere Gaming, who is probably the most frequent commenter on this channel. He suggested the Actual Editions mod. He actually suggested quite a few mods that we're playing with in this pack. Actual Editions, Schematica, and quite a few others. And Real Grep recently, well, kind of recently, suggested the Obtruse platform. That's what we are using over here, because I was having trouble with the RF Tools shields for this build that allows us to walk through the wall and then teleport into our magical dimension. Whoops. And then come out the other side. That is Britannia's Obtruse platform, and I did not come up with that idea all by myself. If you think your name should be in here, please feel free to check out my Patreon page and just throw a few bucks at me. It'll help pay for the servers and the time that I put into the videos and the mod packs and all that kind of stuff. Every little bit helps. Or leave a helpful comment tips if you have any helpful tips that you want to throw in the comments. You can do that too. If you did leave a comment in the past that was a useful tip that I used or something like that, and I didn't put your name up here, let me know, because it's kind of hard for me to search through the old comments. But if you remind me, then I'll remember and I'll put your name up. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And of course, if you did enjoy this, don't forget to click the like button and to join me next time. Thanks for watching.